I suppose, like, you know, I think the whole word, you know, words around piss is really interesting because exactly for all of those connotations, and it's such a the language around that means so many things, and I think that we're always talking about having a piss and taking a piss, and you're taking the piss out of me, and I just think it's a very, I mean, I know it's comes from a very English and very much that rhyming slang thing as well, but I think it's so Australian as well, and I think that, you know, in one way that's how we deal with situations that we're not happy with, or that we're annoyed with, or we do it with humour, and we take the piss basically. So, but then I suppose the other side of the piss is that, you know, piss is a marker as well. It's a territorial thing. So for me, it was around that as well. So you know, I was looking at both of those sides. You know, you mark your territory with your piss. So I suppose, you know, for me, holding images, I mean, it is about holding an image in some ways, is very much part of my durational work, and it's very much that idea that it gives people time to sort of, like, I suppose, absorb what that might be, and I love that idea that people can sort of look in and they see you standing or doing something in a particular way, and then they look away, and then they look back and you're still standing in that one particular way. And I think when you keep looking back and seeing someone in a similar position, or doing a similar thing, or doing a repetitive task that is very, you start to go a little bit deeper in terms of sort of what does that actually mean, rather than, you know, we're all very used to these very fast sort of responses and images and fast moving ideas, and I think when you slow things down and actually hold spaces for a longer time, then that's when you start to sort of unravel and go deeper and find the layers and the meanings underneath that. So I suppose it's giving, and especially in terms of a club, like a nightclub, I mean, everything's very flitty and distracted, and you're looking here and you're looking there, and to actually, I think that's the perfect place to be holding an image for a long time, and to sort of really engage with people on that level. Obviously, a lot of the things that are going on right now in our country have to do with borders, have to do with our very particular stance and place in the world. So I think it's a really obvious place to sort of interrogate, and for me, again, this sort of long durational, something that I often do with my work is I really enjoy building a picture over that period of time. So whatever the materials I'm working with, it'll be a slow build. So it may not be obvious or straight away what's actually happening, but then there will be a point where it reaches a sort of climax, and I suppose for me that point was always going to be this persona, this border control, this slightly gendered and bended queer persona, sort of trapped in this island of piss and empty boxes, really. You know, there was a lot of emptiness in that as well, and you know, there's obvious, like, allusions and symbols to things that are going on in the country, and obviously, like, I really enjoy. Also, when I make responsive work like this, it's quick. I really enjoy, you know, pulling out what's actually happening right now. So, you know, obviously last week with the whole sort of Tasmanian forest builds coming through, that that comes into the work as well. So, you know, matchsticks become Tasmania. You know, it's all of those, using all of those things that are around us at the time.